Then you're not a true Halloweeniac. I'm sorry. You're not a true
Well, I
Halloweeniac.
am.
No.
I had to
your
go
card
in.
has been revoked.
Trick or treat!
Mike wanted to bring this up. Go ahead. What do you want to bring up?
Well, I was going to say, like, first off, there's no Greg. There's no Tom. I did bring Klopek. Klopek is here with me. So at least there's still
Greg's
three of
here
us.
in a way. Greg didn't like this topic, so he's sitting this one out. Tom, we can never get Tom on the phone.
You know, when we rank things, we either give, if we like it, we give it a Reese's. If we don't like it, we give it a rock.
I think people know this by now, Mike.
I think this topic is going to be a big time Reese's. And I got Reese's cereal to eat.
You didn't even pour it. Pour some.
I did pour it. Look.
Oh, you poured a pre-shot.
I pre-shot, but I still pour. Look. Oh, damn. I just dropped a Reese's in the studio.
Good.
I did pre-pour, but I poured a few. I just didn't want to sit there pouring for a long time. This Reese's cereal, I'm going to give it a Reese's right out of the gate.
All right. People don't even know what's going on right now. They're just eating Reese's. You're talking about Tom and Greg.
This topic.
But anyway, Halloween. Love it. We all embrace it. We all celebrate it every day of the year. But a lot of people talk about, what if it was a federal holiday?
Ooh. Before we get into our opinions on whether Halloween should be a federal holiday or not, you put a poll up on Instagram. What kind of results did we get?
Pretty good results. Majority of people, 82% said yes, 9% said no, and then 9% also said maybe.
Did anyone comment?
Somebody said what you said. It should be a federal holiday, but the day off after Halloween.
Interesting. Yeah, and
why even talk about this? Because I don't know if this topic resonates with a lot of people. Even with me, like when we said like, oh, we're going to do this. And then after I started thinking about it, I'm like, why even have this discussion? Halloween is just great as is.
Maybe. What would be the benefits of it being a federal holiday? What is a federal holiday?
Yeah, what does, Mike? Did you dive deep into this history?
I did dig a little bit into it, but I more came to this discussion with my opinions about whether it should be a federal holiday or not.
Thinking about it, like, all right, when did federal holidays become in existence here in America? And it was around 1870. Congress passed legislation, created the first exclusive federal holiday just for the District of Columbia.
I did notice that holidays typically honor patriotic events, workers, military service, or religious cultural traditions. So to me, I don't see Halloween as a religious thing. I know some people do. Certainly as a cultural tradition. There are certain cultural traditions, and not even from one culture, from many. So it could qualify on that, but otherwise it's not. There's no patriotic events or military type things that would warrant it to be a federal holiday.
Totally.
Because I was thinking you were all in for making it a federal holiday. If you were, but now you're saying you may not.
Well, the Uniform Monday holiday, which act in 1968, when I was looking up some of this information on federal holidays, is just like the holidays to make a 3-day weekend. I'm all for that. You know, if Halloween fell on a weekend and then you had a 3-day weekend to celebrate Halloween in the month of October, I think that'd be really, really cool. I don't know, like, what is a federal holiday? Just like the post office closed, federal buildings,
school.
Yeah, school. And you brought up the point too, like school during the month of October, where you dress up, you know, you would have the parade, you would walk around. I remember younger, I don't know if they still do it, but you would walk to classroom, which you'd be kind of embarrassed if you're walking in on like an older classroom and you're in your little costume and you're like, oh, I think this is really cool. But then when, you know, the older kids saw it, you're like, oh man, I'm kind of embarrassed now. I should have picked a different costume. There was something about being at school during Halloween and getting candy, seeing everybody dressed up, and just like the whole feel and the vibe of it. You would miss out on that.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going to talk about. But I did want to say, like, for those who would want it to be a federal holiday, if you think if Halloween became something like Christmas and everything was closed, almost everything was closed. And what would be the reason for that? So Christmas is the number one holiday in America.
Is it?
Second, and the highest spending. They say it's supposed to be second to Christmas, and
Halloween.
that could change. Yeah, Halloween, second to Christmas, and that could change from year to year. But for the most part, on average, Halloween is, as far as how much money is spent. I would imagine taking into account costumes, candy, props, that kind of thing. Does that warrant the fact that so many people celebrate Halloween? If you had a day off that now you can build your haunted house, how many times when you were a kid were your parents at work and you wanted to be like celebrating Halloween, building a haunted house or getting your costume ready, and they're not home yet, but if they had the day off...
I mean, with that too, like most businesses may not be closed.
Costume shops are staying open.
Yeah, or
pumpkin farms.
But see, nowadays too, like I wouldn't even mind. Like I go back and forth on this because if it was a federal holiday, right? Just think about during October, and I'll use Target as an example. During the month of October, halfway through October, they're done with their Halloween shit, and then pretty much on Halloween, everything's gone. You can't find anything anymore, and it's already on to Christmas. It's like, oh, we're on to the next holiday while this holiday is still going on. And that does annoy me.
There's actually a lady on my block a couple doors down, and she will put her Halloween stuff up early September, late August, early September, but then she'll take it down on October 30th.
What?
And put Thanksgiving up. It's so weird. She's like a department store.
Why not just do it the day after? That's always been like that depressing day.
I don't know.
The day after, I take everything down.
That's kind of what I would petition for, is the day after, because it's you're gonna have that. You're gonna be in that candy coma. You were up late. It's the post-Halloween blues. Take everything down. So to me, the day after works. Here's why I would not want it to be a federal holiday. First off, the Fed screws up everything. So why do we want them to screw with Halloween?
Sure.
Second, like you were saying, to me, being in school on Halloween, yeah, you can't. When I got older, it sucked because I wanted to be building the haunted house that we were going to have. But we kind of did that throughout the week before anyway. But when I was little, going to school on Halloween was actually so much of the fun because you would dress up. You was like, what is everyone else going to be? Is anyone going to know this is me?
Really, that's what Halloween is all about, bro.
That's what Halloween's all about, Charlie Brown. Then you had costume contests. Sometimes the little kids like did a parade through the school.
Exactly.
Sometimes we went to the pumpkin patch, like in Halloween 1978, where Tommy comes back with the pumpkin from school. But the other thing is, like, when you're going in and out of stores on Halloween, like if you got to get last minute candy or you want to get some light,
you can't do that nowadays.
You
can't do that nowadays.
I've actually gotten some candy. We've run out and I've had to go to the grocery store.
They start switching over.
When you go into a business, let's say you have a dentist appointment.
What?
Yeah, everyone in that office is dressed up in their Halloween stuff. I've had to go into I had a doctor's appointment one time on Halloween.
Because you're not a true Halloweeniac. I'm sorry. You're not a true Halloweeniac.
I had to go in.
Your card has been revoked. I'm revoking it right now.
I have a pacemaker, bro.
I don't care. You do that the day before, day after. You don't do that on Halloween. Halloween is very important.
But here's my point.
We don't do that.
Everyone in the office is all costumed up, they're ready to go.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with a federal holiday.
Well, no. Well, here's my point. If it was a federal holiday and it was closed, no one would dress up. Whereas on Halloween, there's a spirit in the air. Everyone dresses up. The stores are decked out. There's something about what's in the air that just is so cool. And if it was a day off, you would just be at home.
What?
By yourself. It would be fucking boring.
No, it wouldn't. First of all,
yeah, Christmas time, everything's closed. So you're just with your family.
Good because
versus...
even if it was a federal holiday, the doctors would probably still be open.
Would they though?
Yeah, I think they would. There's a lot of companies that don't close.
Well, yeah, emergency room.
Tons of people that still go to work on federal holidays and, don't get the days off. Is it a federal holiday? Could it be a cool thing? Could it not? Like the extra day off would be amazing. I would sign up for that immediately. Halloween to be recognized on the level of like some of these other big holidays. You know, it shouldn't just be the point where it's like, oh, it's a satanic holiday. We can't celebrate it because of this.
Which is horseshit.
Halloween, I want the recognition for it. So I think if it became a federal holiday, it would be really sweet just because it would get that recognition that I think it deserves. But I'm surprised no one has brought up this idea before. Like the authors that we really admire and dive into the history, like Lisa Morton and Leslie Bannatyne, they never say like, oh, we should advocate for this. I don't know if we're really advocating for it to be a federal holiday because I don't think it really should be.
And that's the thing. Because I think if there was a day off, you would have more neighborhood decorating contests. You'd have block party.
But that still goes on.
It does. I mean, it definitely goes on where I live. I think people take the day off. I usually take Halloween off every year.
I've never worked Halloween in my life.
Ever?
No, it's Halloween. I don't make doctor's appointments.
Maybe
I'm a true Halloweeniac. I don't make doctor's appointments like some other people on the show do.
Well,
you know, we're like,
you have a fucking pacemaker, bro. I had to go in, or I was
you
gonna
didn't
die.
have to go. You could have went in 2 days earlier.
Die.
2 days earlier. 2 days earlier, it would have been fine. Or the day after, boom, you're good to go. You know, I also don't like the fact that people have brought this up with Halloween, where it's like, oh, it should be the last Saturday of the month or last Sunday of the month.
That's horse shit.
You know,
that was something else I was going to bring up to get your take on. I feel like we've talked about this before, but yeah, you can't change it from the 31st. And I get the idea. They want it to be like a party day where people are off. And so you do it on the last Saturday of October. But
I'm all for it being a federal holiday because then you get the day off. And then the day before at school, you could celebrate Halloween. So it's an extra day.
Could work. And then what about the day after?
I mean, the day after is very depressing.
Halloween.
I just want to get past it, you know. So getting back to school or work, I usually take off the following day just because I take everything down and then I put it away and I'm like, all right, it's kind of that decompression time.
Right.
I think the day of it would be really cool to have off.
What about school though?
Yeah,
still you're saying school the day before.
Yeah, you do everything
like
the day before
Eve.
Just becomes Halloween. Yeah. And then you could do your parades, you could hand out your candy, you could dress up, you could do whatever. And
trunk or treat. You could even, I don't care about trunk or treat as long as it's not replacing trick or treat.
Totally.
Trunk or treat is totally fine.
Totally.
It shouldn't replace trick or treat.
That's cool. I'm all for it. But yes, don't take away the actual day. And if it became a federal holiday, I will put my stamp of approval on it. I'll definitely give it a Reese's for that. But other than that, I don't really care either way.
Still gonna celebrate it.
Yeah, I don't want like the government, you know, doing anything stupid or messing it up. I think it's great. Just give us the day off. That'd be cool. It wouldn't be the simple fact like, all right, I take Halloween off, but Mike doesn't because he's not a true Halloweeniac. So then I have to wait until like 3 o'clock until he gets off of work to come hang out. Might as well just have off the whole day.
Totally.
Is that your opinion? Is that your overall take on this argument or not argument?
My opinion is it should not be a federal holiday, but I'll take the day off afterward. But yeah, I don't want the federal.
Why the day after?
Because
why wouldn't you take off the day? That makes no sense. Why would you take the day after but not the day up?
To clean up.
To stay out
You're
late.
up late. You don't want to get up early to go to work. Like if you have that kind of job or even school, you got to get up early to go to school. You were up late.
Yeah, but
I always hated that. My parents would say, okay, you have to come home early because it's a school night. It's like, screw that. I want to be up late on Halloween. I don't want to come in at 9. At 9, everyone starts going in, but then you want to venture into those strange neighborhoods. You want to be up till midnight. You want to get home and go through your candy right away. You don't want to wait till the morning.
See, if it's a federal holiday, you would have the day off and you could have the whole day to do that.
The day after, though.
You just ditch. You just ditch the next day.
You just ditch or call out at work.
If it does happen on a Thursday, Halloween, you would get your wish. So I don't know why you're not advocating for it to be a holiday, because that would make so much more sense. Because then if it did fall on a Thursday, you would get off that Friday. And then if it fell on the weekends, you would get an extra day and be off Monday. So if you did some of the research into federal holidays.
Yeah, I could probably dig that.
And that's exactly what to do. So I don't know why you're not advocating for it.
Well, the other thing is, I just don't want the federal government.
Mike is digging in, but his take is just off.
My take is, let's keep it the way it is.
No, your take is just
That's my take.
so, it's just,
My take is a Reese's.
you didn't give a very good argument. I would be like, what are you talking about? You want the day after? But then again, look at the federal holidays. You get a Monday or a Friday.
Well,
It'll
what
be
if
perfect.
Halloween
Like this
falls
year,
on
it's-
a Monday or a Friday? Then you have Halloween off, and then it fucks everything up. It goes back to my original point.
No, it doesn't.
I think it fucks it.
Then you just take off the next day. Use some of that vacation time. Or if it's like this year, it's on a Saturday, you'll get the day off before, and then you can go out during mischief night and go nuts.
Could.
So you don't think these things through, just like you make appointments on Halloween. Nobody does that. I think, Mike, I want to let people know and see what people think. Should we revoke Mike's Halloweeniacs card just because he says, "Oh, I got to do stuff on Halloween. I'm gonna."
Hey, if the
make appointments."
cardiologist has me come in because of my pacemaker, I have to go. I don't want to die. Shit,
I'm making a
otherwise-
call right now. Megaphone is out. I'm letting people know Mike, his Halloween card is revoked. Let us know if you think. Are you making appointments on Halloween like Mike does? Let us know. Anyway.
Wait, what was your stance? Are you going yes on federal or no federal holiday?
I would like it. I would like the extra day off, and I would like it to be recognized. But again, I said I don't really care.
So you're just going to be in the middle.
No, like I do think it would be really cool to have an extra day off and it federally recognized. I might lean with the 82%.
All right, so Matt's saying yay.
Yeah, because we get an extra
nay.
day off and then you just take another day and then bam, you have like a whole week off. And you don't need
Yeah.
to burn some time during Halloween. Your parents are off. You can go out trick-or-treating. You could start, baking, getting pizza, lasagna, spaghetti, whatever your tradition is. You're getting it ready early. Because that's the same thing. Like when I'm home alone on Halloween getting stuff ready and it's like, oh, where is everybody? Oh, that's right. They're at school. But if they had a federal holiday, they could be celebrating right now with me. We could
They'd
have
be
kids
out
in
on
the
the
neighborhood.
block.
Yeah, the
getting
block
ready
parties
to
on the
go.
cul-de-sac. So that's the way I think it is. I think Mike's argument was crap. That's my point. Anyway, if you're a fellow Halloweeniac, you already know what to do. Help spread the word. Keep those jack-o'-lanterns lit. And don't make an appointments like Mike does on Halloween. Celebrate it. Embrace it. Halloween is a lifestyle. So thanks for tuning in. Until we see you in the pumpkin patch at the end of Mayfield Place,
Stay spooky.
stay Halloweeny.
Wait, before you go, we have Halloweeniacs trivia. Is this going to be as good of trivia with just Matt?
No, I don't think it will be.
Here we go. Which U.S. president officially made Halloween trick-or-treating at the White House a tradition? Was it A, Ronald Reagan, B, Richard Nixon, C, John F. Kennedy, or D, Bill Clinton?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I don't know if I ever heard this before. For some reason, it's feeling the 80s vibe. I'm just feeling the 80s. There's something with the 80s that's just a gut feeling. I could be totally wrong, and it could be Bill Clinton, but I'm going to go with Reagan, 80s.
I was going to go with Reagan too, but it is D, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I figured it was like 90s.
D.
See, I was half and half.
Did you want another one real quick? Another one that's related?
No, because the show is over, Michael, and it's time to go celebrate Halloween with your friends. So make sure, don't be on that fence like Michael and be like, oh, it should be a federal holiday, it shouldn't be a federal holiday. Guess what? It's the best holiday. That's right, kiddies. Thanks for tuning in to the Halloweeniacs. And until we see you in the pumpkin patch at the end of Mayfield Place, stay spooky.